Hi, Allie.
Hello!
Hi!
And hello, incredible listeners. Welcome to another episode of Arcane Trinity Tides of Esthios, a D&D real play, actual play, D&D RPG online podcast.
D&D real play, actual play.
I did all of the tag words you could expect in the description of one of these podcasts.
Yep, guys, it's actually real. Like,
It's actually real.
Oh,
These
man.
characters actually real.
Oh, gosh, man, I've lost my mind at the beginning of this already. That's the caffeine. I blame the caffeine on that one. But when we last left off with you two,
Oh boy.
it's been the first day of, I almost said Eureka, but this is who we were talking about her off screen, of Silvie and Valora kind of come together at the Hillcrest Harvest Festival. Harvest Festival?
Oh, boy.
Harvest
Oh
Festival.
my goodness, that Starbucks over there is
The caffeine's
messing
fucking
with
tweaking
you.
me out, man. Well, you been at the festival, had some fun times, had some not so fun times.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
all of that led you guys into Colborn's Manor, where you're investigating the situation
Into the
as he
unknown.
never arrived for that kind of opening ceremony towards the beginning. Went through a lot of stuff in there, some various mysteries hidden inside until you went into the study and found a couple answers of sorts, you could say, as Colborn seemed to have twisted in his form.
Oh, he sure did.
Yep.
And some
That's one way to
nefarious
put it.
things had
He
happened
twisted
to...
in his form. That sounds so tame compared to how you described him.
I gotta do it in simple words over here. And then some horrible things that happened to his wife. You guys handle the situation as best as you can. After that, the son was still alive. You were able to escort him outside
His
of the building.
wife tried to erode my arm.
You came across some bits and bobs inside there. A weird book that was chained inside of the wardrobe cabinet. Bank statements that were inside his desk with pretty much withdrawals of most of the money of his estate. All from the Bank of Doveport, a nearby town, where talking to your new friend Lucky, seems like come the next day you guys are going to start investigating that. But in the wrap up of all of this, you went back outside in the aftermath of the situation. You're going to try and enjoy the rest of the day for yourselves at the festival.
Wounded.
Wounded. No one will be none the wiser.
Some more than others.
Some more than
A little
others,
bit.
yes. Some a little bit more than others. And upon being let back into going to this festival,
We talked to Pemrick.
talk to Pimrick.
Let him know what's going on. The guards know what's going on now. Pemrick has the son.
Yep, he has a kid.
Yep. But you have also spotted a familiar sun hat
Yep.
crowd that is slowly heading your way, and we will pick right back up from that moment. As I believe it was pretty much Sylvie who caught on to the fact of seeing
Yeah.
the ever familiar
That's
sun
right, we
hat.
did perception and
through
Sylvie
the crowd
locked
of
on.
people.
Yeah.
I believe it was a
Bestie.
natural 20.
I think it was.
I think so.
Wait, you're right. I think it
Bestie.
was.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it was
for
her
your
bestie.
Yep. Through the crowd, you see that sun hat slowly headed towards your direction.
Didn't we start making our way up to her as well?
Yeah.
I believe so, and I think we probably stopped with you guys like locking eyes with that and heading in that direction.
Sylvia probably would have taken the first step towards her.
Yeah.
Yep, so you're making your way through the crowd, and you see Eureka as you go through the people. She's now in front of you, sees you guys, lights up with a smile. She's got her hands behind her back. She's looking at you.
That
There's a look
sucks.
from Allie right now.
I was just squinting my eyes
just like
while
a worst squint
exaggerating.
comes up to you guys. Hey guys,
Where did you go?
where did it go? I went to go see because, you know, weird things were happening with them saying the opening ceremony was done.
Uh-huh.
And as you guys were talking amongst yourselves, I saw the young man, the young robed man from the bar the other night, who I thought I recognized, and I wanted to try and see if I could talk to him before I lost sight of him. And so, through the crowd, I tried to cut through to go meet up with him before I lost sight of him.
Insight
Okay.
check.
I'm also.
Oh, that's not so great. That's a 9.
9?
Please do better. Please do better.
It's a natural 12 for 15.
Okay.
15? Doesn't seem to be any signs of, you know,
Deception.
wavering in voice or anything like that. Seems to be truthful in that she had seen this person and I believe before that, I think it was Silvie in the bar had a moment before where she had seen that individual.
Yeah, she was trying to
And-
choose.
Wasn't he like in the corner? Like all by himself or something?
I think he was just against the wall, but he was at a table by himself.
Yeah, he was by
Yeah.
himself.
And
Yeah.
I think he had like his little hemp hood up and was just by himself over there.
And Sylvie was trying to choose between who to talk to.
Yeah.
She chose Pretty Lady.
But I believe when talking to Eureka, she had like seen him for a moment. I think that was an offhand thing of like, feel like I've seen that person before. I think that did happen, but I could be wrong in that conversation. But I think between one of you, I thought that she had seen them for a moment in the bar and was curious if she recognized them.
I don't remember, to be honest.
Me neither.
Small details here, but does seem like she is telling the truth in this moment.
Okay, did you find anything out?
Not really. Really difficult person to talk to. A man of few words.
He was buying flowers?
Yeah, he was really invested in them.
He doesn't seem like someone who would...
I don't know.
Did he get here around the same time as you?
Probably, yeah. I don't think he's from here, especially if I recognize him. I'm from the other side of the water.
So you think he's from the other side, too?
At least he's been over there before. Maybe, because I don't come over here often, so I don't really
you
recognize
keep looking at
too
his
many people
face?
over here. A little bit. It was really beat up. And,
Oh.
you know, looks like he's had a pretty rough time in life, to say the least. You know, I still have just as many questions as I did before, with no answers, but can't say I didn't try.
Just a beat-up dude buying flowers at a festival?
I don't know.
Huh? She just, like, looks visibly confused. Like, what? Like, that's a really weird combination for her.
Are you curious?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. And she grabs Sylvie's wrist and pulls her along towards the flowers.
And Eureka goes, wait.
What?
And she like grabs with one arm, grabs your hand. She's like, I got something for you. And she pulls from the other hand behind her back. It's a really small bouquet of colored roses. One half is red and one half is white with a blue one in the center.
She just, like, stares at the flowers for a second and her eyes just light up. She's like, you got those for me?
Yes, for you.
She, like, slowly reaches out and takes them.
Valora just kind of looks at the two, and she looks at Eureka. Can you just watch over her for a bit?
Watch over Silvie?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
And she lets go of Sylvie's wrist and immediately goes to the... She's like, I'm gonna give these two some space.
She's like, I see someone giving someone flowers.
Yeah, she's like,
I'm
flowers equals romance. I'm leaving.
I don't want to be anywhere near
I don't want to be near it.
This mushy, feely,
Yeah,
emotional, wholesome stuff. That,
Nope, she's like, all right, I got someone else to take over my job. I'm going.
Dang.
You're the one who got paid, though.
So,
Damn. It's
has
like
other
having
interests.
a coworker and be like, hey, can you do this task for me?
so you're heading off quick to go try and find the robed individual?
Yeah.
All right, so you'll head off, start skiing through the crowd. We'll stick with Silvie for a bit. As she gives them to you and is
So
like...
one half is red, one half is white?
Oh, no, one half is black, one half is white.
Oh, you did say red at first.
I did say red. Sorry,
You did say
my bad.
red, yeah.
I was like, what?
I fucked
red?
that up.
I was like, Pokeball?
Sorry, no.
Pokeball bouquet?
Sorry, no. It was half black, half white. Sorry.
With a
Like her
blue in
hair.
it. So it's a Sylvie colored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just like stares at him for a second and just like analyzing the colors and she's like, did you get these based off of me?
Yeah. To be fair, they had the half black, half white already. I just grabbed a blue one to put in the center.
Wow. You're a genius.
Thank you. Not that much.
My girl is just she's the world doesn't exist anymore. And the things that were going on with the manor and the eldritch horrors and all that that's not on her mind right now. All on her mind right now is the fact that this pretty lady gave her pretty flowers based on her looks.
Yeah.
Customized.
I would freak out.
Yes.
In a good way.
She's not sus anymore. Like, anyway.
That's all it takes? Oh my god. Let me write this down.
Listen,
Jesus.
her inside is really bad. She's a very trusting person.
But you see that while she has a smile, it kind of tapers a little bit, and she goes like, when I saw you guys earlier in the day, and then especially earlier when the opening ceremony got canceled, both of you looked extremely concerned about something. And so I wanted to try and help make your day better whenever I found you guys again.
As she's talking, Sylvie just reaches into her bag and takes out one of Pembroke's, like, pies and just starts eating it while she's talking.
Oh my God.
Because I'm low health and these things are like a health potion. She's just like eating it and like nodding as she's talking. And there's 1d4 plus 4, I believe.
Yes.
1d4 plus 4, yes, you can get a little bit of your health back from Pembroke's pies.
Okay. So 3 plus 4, 7. I'm at 18 now.
Yay.
Let's go!
Yay!
What's your max?
31.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She's a little beat up.
Pusher.
She's a little hurt, but it's fine. We just saw some really not nice things around. I don't know if you've heard about it.
No, everything's been jovial over here.
Oh, not where we've been.
You don't have to tell me if you don't.
I don't want to.
Want to.
Like, I don't want to. I'd rather not think about that. And she, like,
That's a good,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
I don't know what can help cheer Valora up. The only thing I know of really is alcohol, but she has a whole keg of that after
She
the
does.
game, so I don't know what I can do for her, but
I'm not sure either. She's really hard to read.
she's a tough cookie to crack.
She's very tough. Like, really tough. Like, really muscular. Like,
Yes.
and very tall. She's so tall. She's like,
I
she's
know.
like 6 feet tall.
It's crazy.
I have to look directly up to see her face.
Yeah, let's be fair, we don't lose her in a crowd.
No. Me, on the other hand, I've been told that I'm easy to lose track of.
We did lose you earlier.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. I think, no, it's fine. Everything's fine.
What?
No, it's fine. It's okay. I was thinking about Pembroke. Because I remember he was worried, and I was wondering if maybe Pembroke's the reason why Valora was chaperoning me, but I don't know. That's not it. Valora just,
No, of course
she
not.
she wants to get to know me better. You know, I think that's what it is.
Of course. Well, it
Yeah.
seems like she's off on
Which
something
I don't
real
know
quick.
why she left. Where
I think
did she say where she was going?
I think she's
I was
going-
distracted by the flowers.
I think she's going to hunt down the person that I was talking to.
Oh.
She seems very intrigued by that, so...
Why'd she leave, though? Why didn't she take me with her? Do you think I did something wrong?
No, hush.
Am I annoying?
No.
Am
Let's
I?
go, let's go.
Oh, no, not
let's go.
again.
There's plenty of stalls. Let's go look at something, okay?
I think.
No, you're
uh-oh.
You're fine. You're fine.
And she's
Come on.
just like, there's like this like slight PTSD
Oh, no.
that she has because like this has happened to her before.
Yeah, Eureka starts like
'Cause
pulling you
Valora
along.
doesn't want to be a third wheel.
I know, but she doesn't know that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
But yeah, she's like pulling you along and dragging you off
Before
other
she
things.
spirals.
And we will switch back over to Valora, searching through. Go ahead and give really simple perception check as you're scanning through.
Natural 20.
Jesus Christ! All
Let's
right.
go!
So-
Dice. Holy shit.
That's the same
Yeah.
one that gave
Yeah.
you all the crits.
It is. Oh,
God
it's
damn
me.
it! I need to.
But
I
yeah.
need to check. I need to experiment
Nope.
on that thing.
Nope.
Nope.
Mine.
But yeah, you're scanning through, and you lock eyes, and you see like a really big cart that just is covered in all kinds of flowers and plants and decorations all over it, and you see like just that faint bit of like that hemp cloth that has on top of someone, to the point you're just beelining through the crowd. You can look over heads anyways, so you're just kind of brushing through everything and making your way, and you see this really fancy, beautiful, it's like a double wide display
Dang.
of a
It's a
cart
big
here
one.
someone has, and they have all kinds of flowers, everything here, and you just see this individual in a robe just still casually looking through and investigating all of these flowers here.
Okay, what exactly... I don't want to, like, get right up to him. I want to
Yeah.
remain a good
Okay,
kind of
yeah.
distance away
Yeah.
at first. What do his robes look like exactly?
So they are like really cheap, like hemp robes.
Okay.
Like if you think of like a hempen bag, it's like that. It's
Yeah.
not like your typical clothing kind of material. It's really cheap and basic and not typical clothing that someone wears.
Like stereotypical medieval peasant type look.
Almost kind
Interesting.
of, yeah. It's
Okay.
and it's kind of like a robe of sorts, and it has a hood that covers his arms and goes down to his legs.
Okay. Can I see his face from where I am?
No, because you'd be like behind him because his face is forward towards the
Right.
flowers that are in front of him.
Okay.
You just grab him, turn him around.
Okay, with that, I can infer that he's not from Lantgloss. He is wearing very, I don't want to say cheap, but poor clothing.
Yeah.
I can't right away assume that. I'm going to try to use the crowd to my advantage and just kind of like skirt around. I want to try to see his face.
Okay.
The stand is
you're trying
against
to
the
be
wall.
And you're trying to be stealthy with it.
Yeah,
Alright,
if it
so-
doesn't work, it's fine. I'll just pretend like I'm buying flowers or something. But I want to see his face.
Okay.
Without
Trying to try to be
directly...
casual.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and have you roll a stealth check just to try and,
Slight-
stealth or deception, whichever one will work better for you to try and not draw any attention to yourself.
Sleight of eyes.
Because I'll allow both of them. You can do deception if it's better to just kind of blend in.
It's one better, so
Or
I'll
do-
do
okay.
deception.
Deception.
13.
13?
Not awful. Better than a natural one. You're just staring directly at him.
You rolled an 11. So you
Woo!
go beside him, and as you're, kind of blending with the crowd, fake perusing these flowers. I'm on a roll today. And you're beside him investigating some of these. You really don't care about the flowers. And so, you take a quick peek. You almost do one of those, like you grab the flower and you like turn it to the side where he is and take a quick look at his face. Very pale skin. And just as Eureka had stated, you can see clearly there are numerous like scars on his face. And obviously he's still got the hood up, so you can't see like. It seems like he's bald because like where the hairline is recedes higher than it usually would up to where the cloak is, so he doesn't have any
Okay.
hair. You can't see the ears or anything right now, but you see it's more of a paler complexion.
Okay. Can I see his eyes at all?
Yes, they're like a royal bright blue,
Okay.
like closer to like when I say royal white, I mean like closer to almost like a whitish color in the hue, if that makes sense.
Whoa.
So they're not like a deep blue. They're more of a I can't think of a correct
Like a
color
sky
on it.
blue?
Yeah.
Like a lighter type blue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when you're on Microsoft Paint, you have the slider where it's the blue to white. It would be like in the halfway part of that,
Okay. So yeah, she's kind of looking at the flowers and she's kind of slyly looking at him. What is he? Is he looking at flowers? Is he like really like perusing through them?
Yeah, you can make an insight check of sorts if you want to try
Yeah,
and get any
would
kind
like
of
to
deeper meaning on it.
see.
Now that you see his face, you can try and read his facial expressions or anything.
He's trying to remember what flowers are.
16.
16? Yeah, I'd say that's fair. Like, he is, like, truly looking at all of these flowers, examining, like, the quality on them, looking at, like, very specific kinds sometimes and cycling through them. He has, like, a basket that has numerous ones already inside it, and seems like he's perusing more, almost trying to find, like, the perfect ones.
Interesting. God dang it.
Valora's gonna like kind of hold her flower and she's gonna look over at him and kind of like get next to him a little bit and be like, hey, you seem like you know your stuff. And she kind of nods to the basket full of flowers. Do you know if this one has a good meaning for gratitude?
He kind of looks at it, just kind of goes, yeah, and just kind of nods, goes back to his stuff.
She she like looks at it and then she just kind of looks for more. So who are you shopping for?
My sister.
She like flowers?
You could say that.
I look at the basket of flowers. Is there anything that pops out to me? Like, is there like a certain specific color that is in there, a certain type of flower that is in there?
I'm trying to think. Let me see what kind of check that this would really count as, because there are...
Nature?
I'll tell you what, go ahead and give me a check based
Nature's-
off of what type of information you want to try and gather off of it. Because, like, are you looking just at the flowers themselves, or what, like, the flowers could mean on, like, a deeper level?
Well, both. I'm trying to see, like, if there's just a theme with the flowers, like, if they're all, like, one specific color, or, like, two specific colors, something like that. And I'm also trying to look at the type of the flowers to determine if there's a meaning to them.
Yeah, I would say as a free one, there's a pretty decent mixture of, 3 or 4 flowers in there. For the next one, I'm trying to think would be more appropriate for nature or history on that one, of like trying to get a meaning into if there's anything about it. Because it really could be either or, so I guess whichever one works for you. Because, meaning in flowers, that could be deemed as both nature and history, because, you know,
I mean, they're both the same.
us as beings are the ones that gave them that value, but then nature's understanding what the flowers are, so either one can work for you as a check on that.
I'll do history. It's the same thing. Oh, 18.
Nice.
18?
For history or nature, it's the same.
Okay, you're looking at them, and looking through a little bit, you recognize, you've seen similar spreads before, oftentimes for memorials.
So like white lilies.
Sure.
I know these things. White lilies, white roses.
Flora looks down at the stash and she just kind of sighs, like a little bit, just not out of exasperation, but out of sympathy. And she pays for the one that she wanted. And she gets another white lily, pays for it, and just puts it in his basket. She goes, I'm sorry for your loss.
You see, kind of sighs a little bit.
No, that one wasn't perfect. I have to choose them all over again.
He's like thank you, kind stranger. He kind of has this like gravelly voice. It sounds young, but it's got that kind of rough gravel to it, almost damaged in a way.
Yeah.
But he thanks you for it and gives a little nod. You can make a perception check, quick.
Natural 20.
Oh my
20?
god!
Yeah.
Dude, that's 2 already!
Crash out.
How long
Crash
has this session been so far?
out. 25 minutes roughly.
2.
But
I'm never getting rid of this stuff.
Oh my god!
he thanks you and gives like a very quick, simple bow.
You tell me
and
where
as he
you
lifts
got,
his
though.
head back up, lifts his head back up, it kind of ruffles the hood of his cloak to where like it catches the wind and moves a little bit, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And as it does that, you can see with one of his ears that they are pointed ears.
And he has no hair.
He has no hair. You see confirmation that he is bald under there.
She kind of clocks that a little bit. Does this guy look in any way familiar?
To you,
Yes.
I don't think
Watch this
so.
have been a thing for me, and I'm not kidding.
This is not a person that you've seen before. No.
Does it look like anyone I have seen before?
No, that's the
Okay.
point of like this person you've never locked eyes with them before. No.
Okay.
Or don't recognize their form or anything like that. Though it doesn't help that they're covered in scars on their face.
Yeah. She kind of looks him over for a second. If you don't mind me asking, I'm pretty battle heavy myself. How did you get those?
Sorry, but that's a situation I don't talk to strangers with. No offense.
No,
I appreciate the gift, but it's a bit too much for me.
Damn.
If you're ever staying at the Brisk Birch, I'll buy you a drink sometime. And
Thank
she just kind of claps him on the back and turns around.
you. Look away. He continues back to his flower shopping.
She's going
Yeah,
back to
she's-
Silvie.
yeah, she's headed back over there. All right, so we will swing back to Silvie and Eureka. She's dragging you back around the festival, and there are all kinds of things you can check out. Just like last time, you'd seen some of the games before. There's also the Toss the King game or the Owlbear Rodeo, if you decide for those.
God.
Though there were also, various little shops and everything. There was the Harvest Festival gift shop, Misfortunes.
That's right.
And then there's the Hillcrest Church of the Starbringer. They have a little setup there because there's a church in town.
Yeah.
And as you're going by, you see that they have like a wooden sign that has painted on it, free pizza.
What? What?
Pizza's a thing.
Pizza exists in this universe? Yep. Oh my god. Okay, considering Sylvie's trying to save up to go, across the spooky water, she sees a sign that says free. She's gonna want to go to it.
Okay. So you see it, and do you like drag Eureka with you?
Eureka, look, it says free!
oh, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. And you, like, pull her in, and you go in there. There's a lot of children there. It's one of the situations you see, there's a lot of kids. They're up front close. You see a guy that's in their religious garb up front. And he's, not quite preaching. He's more along the lines giving, I guess, education towards the children about the gods of the land.
It was a trap!
You see the kids are up front, they're listening intently. You also have, like, towards the back side of this whole setup, a lot of the adults, they're just not even paying attention. They're just eating the pizza back there.
Oh my god.
This is a poll for all those kids like
That's
me
so
in high
real.
school.
Oh my god.
Where the JROTC, they would do the Bible study in
That's
school
so
like
real.
once a month. And they did the same thing. Free pizza, come on in. No one
my
paid attention. They
God.
just wanted the pizza. And that's what this setup is.
She, like, as soon as she sees the situation, she stops. She's like, never mind.
Oh,
Holy shit.
okay.
Let's go get a misfortune raid.
All right. So you head over to
Listen, she's got severe ADHD. Okay.
Misfortune. So we'll go ahead and drag you over there quick. And you see this is almost like a really fancy carriage. Instead of the other ones where they've got like wooden stall set up, there's like a carriage that's just been parked here. Pretty large, has like these really fancy silk purple sheets that kind of go around in various parts. These hand-lit lanterns and candles and incense are all burning around the side. And there's just like a little sign that kind of has like enter with an arrow next to it if you decide you want to go in.
And it's like a one person. Like,
it would be
at
a
time
one-person
thing,
thing at a time, yes.
Eureka.
Yes?
I really want to go in there.
Then go.
What do I do with these? And she like holds the flowers.
I'll hold them for you.
I trust you. And she gives me the flower.
Thanks.
I'll be right back. I don't know how long these things take.
Have fun.
Thanks. And she just walks inside and is like, hello.
So you like move.
I like
these,
the purple.
You move these fancy
Very
curtains.
mystical.
You move these fancy curtains, go inside as you're saying all this, and you see like a setup where as you go in, carriage is pretty spacious inside.
Nice.
And it has like a little setup of like a small wooden stool, and then this kind of wooden table that separates through the entire length. On the other side, you see a feminine figure in like black garb with like white gems that are kind of adorning along her headpiece, and has like a veil that's in front of her face just kind of sitting there.
Oh.
A little classic crystal ball sitting in the center of the
Nice.
table, and a stack of cards over to the side. And you kind of walk in, she goes, "Yes, child, come in."
She's like just kind of looking around at everything and just slowly like I'm sure there's a seat across her, right?
Yes.
She's gonna sit down and like straighten out her dress skirt, and she's like, oh, so what how does this work? What is this?
My name is Misfortune, and I am here to offer up any insights into your life that you may desire, into your future, if you so wish.
Fancy.
Thank you. And I will...
How much does it cost? And she's just like, kind of just like shirks back a little bit because she's worried it's gonna be expensive.
I do one, and it is free. But you
For-
may only get one.
Oh.
You can think of this as, a bit of giving back to the community here and celebrating the life and the gods. I can be found in many other places for a price, but here I'd like to offer up a small look into your life.
Neat. Okay, what do I do? And she's just fully invested now.
Just have a seat, and she breaks out a deck of cards.
Oh, you have. I'm getting flashbacks to our
Yeah.
Curse of Strahd campaign. I was like, oh no. Like, Allie, we have to find a guy with the monkey. No. Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
Can you imagine? This is just a trap to go into a Curse of Strahd.
Oh my god. Shiny.
Watch it just be a deck of many things.
Oh my god.
Here, pick a card. Let's see. It's not it, right, Evan? Please, God, no.
So,
Evan. Wait.
Just a moment. Just give me a fucking second.
So I am actively looking for Eureka and Sylvie right now.
Yeah, I'll say you're probably wandering around after
Luckily,
that
Eureka's still
interaction,
outside the
and
thing.
you probably see you're walking up.
At least
you
she's
see,
pretty easy to
You
find.
see
Yeah.
Eureka standing outside. She's like holding the flowers, tapping her foot, and doing that little back and forth rock
Aw.
as she's standing there waiting.
That's cute.
Don't see Sylvie though. You just see her standing there, and you're probably just thinking, "Oh fuck, not again."
Yeah. Laura approaches her. Eureka,
Oh hi.
where's Sylvie?
Oh, she's in here getting a fortune telling.
Oh, okay.
And cutting back inside, Misfortune goes, I can tell you about a person, a place, or maybe even a treasure coming in your future, or if you would like to know about any certain situation that you want to ask a question for.
Oh.
I can give you the answers. You have to choose the topic you're looking for.
I want to know where my brother is.
Your brother, so a person. All right.
She immediately like, treasure? Nah, brother.
Yeah.
All right, and she goes, I have physical cards, everybody, so
Yeah,
I know it's great for an audio podcast to pull out physical props, but I've got
The ASMR.
deck of a bunch of different-
ASMR.
Let me get the
ASMR.
ASMR in the mic.
There we go.
They're really quiet cards, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually really are.
I don't use them very often because they have a very sole purpose. And,
Very often. I've never seen them.
Well, no, I said not very often.
I know, but like you're saying it like you've used them before.
Oh, only in theory, only in practice.
In theory.
In theory.
Okay, you want me to break the fourth wall for a bit? Because there are now multiple uses for this. This is the collector's edition of the Deck of Many Things.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Technically, this is the Deck of Many Things in my hand, but it's not the Deck of Many Things.
Mm-hmm.
Because
It's not the patented.
you can use it for fortune telling.
Oh, that's
as
true.
akin to
okay.
very similar to the
Tarot
Akroka
cards.
deck from Curse of Strahd.
Ah.
But this goes beyond the scope of just being Curse of Strahd. This
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah, yeah.
all-encompassing. And not deadly.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
You know, she
Thank
kind
God.
of ripples through the cards, cuts down.
And the borders are gold
Finds
and
one.
shiny.
You can imagine that's how they actually look in game. So
Or we could take a picture. I don't know.
take a picture to throw on our Twitter and
Yeah.
Patreons and all that
No,
stuff.
nice plug. Real smooth.
Go to the link tree in the description right now. All right, and then she flips it over, and reading from her side, it is the upside down ring card that is in front of you. You see on the
Whoa.
card, it's just this emerald ring that's sitting on like a plush cushion. And now she takes out a book, not really, but she takes out a book and goes to find where it is in there because she's not a trained professional and can't memorize, you know.
Oh, you mean you're
everything.
not?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Because she's not a trained professional.
Evan is flipping through a book right now.
Yep.
She presents it to you, and it is reversed instead of a typical
Okay.
standing. And she goes, the reversed ring, this individual that you're seeking, this brother of yours, this represents someone kind of bound to an oath, though part of it may be made in a bit of a hasty judgment or a time of stress or duress.
Oh. That doesn't sound very good.
I apologize, but that is what the cards tell.
Is that it?
What more are you looking for, child?
Is there no way to tell where he is? His location?
Maybe if you try and find a collection of individuals serving under an oath, that is where your search can begin.
The pizza. And this is what she thinks to herself.
The pizza.
Like, out of context,
Oh my
that's just...
That is incredible. But then she puts the card back in her deck. She goes, unfortunately, that is all I have for you for now.
Well, it's
Hopefully-
definitely more than what I had before. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hopefully it guides you towards what you're looking for.
I hope so, too. And I hope you have a lovely day.
Thank you so much,
You have a
child.
really pretty setup.
I appreciate that very much, child.
You're welcome. And then she leaves.
And Valora outside, you see she throws open the curtains, walks out, and Sylvie, you see Valora's out there standing next to Eureka.
Valora, hi!
Hi, Silvie.
You don't hate me, do you?
No.
Okay, cool. So I got
Valora's just like, what?
I got a fortune thing because I'm trying to find my brother. You know, I'm trying to find my. And she pulled out. Hold on, I wrote it down. I just wrote an upside down ring, but like reverse card. And she said that it's like an oath bound, but like on impulse or something. So to find him, I could probably find people who are under some kind of oath, which might be the pizza people.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, that's right. There's
Context is wild.
There's a free pizza stand, and they're talking about the church, so maybe they might know something.
Valora crinkles her nose, the church.
Yeah, I went there for the free pizza, but then I saw that they were talking to kids about like the gods and all that stuff, and I didn't want free pizza anymore, and I came here, but now I might end up ironically having to go back to the free pizza.
An oath. Was your brother ever battle inclined? Was he good with a sword?
Yeah.
Did he ever go down the paladin route?
Not that I know of.
Might be something worth looking into.
Yeah. He was more of a rogue.
Eh?
I don't see him being some sort of, big shot warrior. But also, she did say under, like, an oath made under, like, stress or, like, a dire circumstance. That I could see.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of worried about that. I hope he's okay.
That's kind of concerning.
It really is, but it's a lead compared to just the rumor that he might be across the water. So, you want to check out? We can get free pizza.
You can also get your fortune told.
Ooh, yes, it's free. It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
Valora gets like this like skeptical look on her face.
Sylvie's just like, she's got like her hands and fists up against her chest, and she's just like bouncing on her feet right now. Sparkles in her eyes, looking up at Valora. She's like, you should go, because like you're so mysterious. There's got to be something that you're trying to find out, right?
Yes.
Then you should go. It's free. She's really nice, and she has really shiny cards.
How credible is she?
I mean, I don't know, but it's something.
Okay.
And
Why
it's
not?
Free.
It's free. You're right. Why
It's
not?
Free. Do it.
Okay. I'll go. Just wait here.
Okay. She just has a permanent grin on her face.
Valora just like kind of quickly shakes her head and just like with a flabbergasted smile, and she walks into the tent.
Sylvie likes free things.
It's like you swing the curtains, going into the back of this carriage, greeted with the same sight. This woman, black garb, jewels kind of encrusted on the top of her and on like the shoulders of her thing, and a veil that covers her face. Come in, my child.
Valora pulls out the seat, sits down.
Sits down. So, would you like a fortune told for you? I give one for free.
Yes, as long as it's free.
Of course. Are you looking for information on a person, a place, a situation? Are you looking for any treasures in your future?
She kind of squints at her a bit. Before answering, Valora wants to look at her setup and at this woman to see if this is more like a scam versus like something truly like magical.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. So you're looking at everything. I would say go ahead and roll Arcana, potentially. I'd say probably Arcana to try and deduce the efficacy of sorts.
I love
the
as a
actual
magic
items
user,
here.
Sylvie didn't even think about checking it. She's just like, nah, this is legit.
No, this is perfect. This is perfect.
It doesn't look
As Laura's
cheap.
thinking like, oh, she's doing one for free, but then if you want to know more, the next few will go up in price.
Yeah.
Higher and higher. Oh, that's a natural one.
Natural one.
Aw, it's legit.
It's legit. Laura knows jack shit about magic.
You're looking across at it, and you're like trying your best. You like squint your eyes even a little bit and look at it. She goes, "It's fine. You can trust me, Valora."
Oh.
Valora kind of sits back in her chair a bit. How the hell do you know my name?
I've been around for a long time. You used to be a very big deal where you're from.
Whoa.
Valora kind of stares at her for a second.
Lore. Sylvie always misses out on the lore.
You've been to my hometown?
Yes, back in the days.
Alright. What were the options again?
You can ask for information about a person, about a place, about a situation, or about treasure.
I would like to know the whereabouts of the one that I call Sunny.
Of course. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
ASMR.
Shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle again.
Hey, Allie, how do you spell that?
Sunny?
Yeah.
Sunny.
Okay.
Very simple.
Yep.
And she's got the card presented.
I don't know if it was
Flips
like
it
a fancy
over.
eye or anything.
Nah, it's simple.
Flips it over, and it is the right side up giant card.
Ooh.
And so, jingle jingle. Let me just find this here in my book.
Allie wrote Sunny Hoops.
Yeah, in my notes.
The
I wrote
fuck?
Sunny question mark and then in all caps Hoomst question mark. Those are my notes. Sunny Hoomst. Hoomst the fucketh is that? Does not sound like the name of a person I would think that Valora is looking for. Valora.
So
Looking
she
for
looks
Sunny.
at it. I love how these have worked out, by the way. It's
Yeah,
You're
Evan is
great, but-
grinning like a madman over there. He is. I'm scared.
Yeah,
so
same.
she presents the card and she goes, yes, the giant. Representing this person was very meaningful to you, am I correct?
Yes.
As for what may be happening with them, where they may be, it seems that they may be currently residing someplace grand, spectacular, maybe the most important place of all. It's typically not in my usual scope to make assumptions for people, but seeing as the fact that, I'm a little aware of you, I don't know who this Sunny is, but my assumption would be the capital city, Akala, is probably the place this would reference.
Arcala.
Yes, the capital city on the other side of the water, where the king resides.
DM, how do you spell that?
The city?
Yes.
Arkala.
Dang, I almost had it right. I had a C instead of a K.
Arkham City.
It's gonna be my asylum here in a fucking second.
With all the 20s Hallie's been
Oh
rolling.
my god.
I did roll a 1. It balanced.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, Akala, a city with a tower so high, some wonder if it's meant to reach the gods. But that may be where this individual you're looking for may be residing right now.
Laura kind of flashes back to Sylvie saying, oh, this may be helpful. And she, or implying that it would be helpful. And she just kind of stares at the lady for a second and nods. You sure you don't take payment?
Oh.
No, not
She's a
not
thing.
here. I do business outside of here. Typically, I'm a roving fortune teller. I've been to your hometown many times. I've been on various places over here, across all the towns for many, many years. I've been around for quite some time. But if you ever run into me again outside of here, if you're looking for anything more in depth, I would be much inclined to work out something more in depth with you.
That would be appreciated. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And one more thing. If you ever come in contact with that girl that you just had, please don't tell her that you knew me. Or
All
of
right.
me.
Of course.
She kind of just
fuck?
nods her head and walks out.
Yep, she gives a little nod that
what do
kind
you
of makes
mean?
her veil
What do
kind
you-
of wave
what
a
do you-
little bit.
What do you mean?
And you
what do you
walk
mean?
outside and join your compatriots out there.
Laura comes out with just this like stoic look on her face. Very serious.
So pretty much the same.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Maybe just a little more
A little more serious than
thoughtful.
usual.
Yeah.
Maybe like a little bit more inquisitive. Your
Yeah.
mind's probably racing right now,
Yeah.
so...
Maybe a teeny like quirk of her eyebrow as she's thinking.
What you did? Did it help?
I think so. Yes.
Your face is a little bit different. Like
I'm-
just a little more serious than your usual serious expression.
I'm thinking. Yes, about what she said.
Ooh, same. I really want to know what she meant by an oath. Eureka!
Yes?
What do you know, besides the pizza people, do you know a group that would have to do with having an oath?
I mean, that depends how you define oath. Obviously, as you're probably referring to with the church, you have various individuals that swear themselves to the church and to Valia or the other gods. You may also have, people make oaths to clans, oaths to groups, Thieves Guild members can make oaths. Kind of rogue justice groups can make oaths. People under the crown can make oaths.
Oh, that's a lot of different people.
Like it very much can be dependent on the meaning of it. Someone can make an oath to another person. It can be something simple as that. It could be something more grand. It's really tough to figure. I can't help you come to a specific conclusion, but places to look, you could try and, check in with the church, or if there's any other thing you think your brother might have been involved in, you could try and track down those ways as well.
Can I remember anything that would ring a bell with this whole situation from my brother talking about stuff in the past?
You can make a history check.
Okay. No! No!
Oh
Uh-oh.
No, please!
It's back.
That's...
Curse is back.
I'm only good in battle. That's a 4.
A 4?
No.
Damn!
Nothing stands out to you. At least nothing, especially nothing direct. You remember various conversations with your brother.
Yeah.
There's nothing direct. I don't want to try and spill too much on you, or spill too much that you don't want said so far.
Yeah.
You know the stuff that's going on there.
Yeah.
But like looking into anything, trying to think of conversations, he never really talked very much in depth about things that he had been doing.
That makes sense.
You just know various jobs and stuff, but you don't know like what he was a part of. At least not off the top of your head. You're trying to scan through, and there's nothing that rings a bell as to a lead to chase after at this moment.
Yeah, you see, this is the hardest that you've seen Silvie thinking. Like,
It's the
so
anime
far.
pose of like eyes shut tight and the fingers to your temples.
Yeah. It's more of like there's just like the crossed arms, except one of the arms is like, or one of your hands is resting on the chin. She's just looking down at the ground, just squinting. Totally quiet for once, just thinking really hard.
Silvie.
I don't think she hears you.
Silvie.
Huh? What?
It's best not to overthink. You want to start with a lead, and if it doesn't work out, then you keep going.
So the pizza people.
We'll start with that first.
Okay. Back to the pizza stand!
It's a church, but okay, yeah.
Listen, it's a stand that says free pizza. That's what...
Well, it's what it was. Is it's like the church
No, I know.
that's there.
I know
and
what
that-
it is.
Of course,
She
you're
knows.
just
It's Silvie.
the little sign that's there.
It's
and
Silvie.
It's a stand. Oh,
Valora
my
just
God.
kind of shrugs at Eureka and goes, "It's amusing."
That it is.
She probably takes the flowers back from Eureka too, just because. Thank you for holding these.
Of course. What else would I do
And
with them?
she was almost gonna hug them, but she's like, no, because like it would have hurt the flowers. She's like, no.
And then Eureka kind of looks at Valora's like, is there anything I can get for you? I don't know what kind of things that interest you aside from ale, and I know you've got a bunch of that already.
She kind of looks visibly confused as she looks between the two of them. Get for me? Why?
You two were... I noticed that you both had been... you had a lot of fun today, but when you guys first came out this morning, you were stressed out, and then when the opening ceremony got canceled, you both were whispering to each other with concerned looks, and I wanted to try and help cheer you guys up, but I don't know what to get you.
Isn't that nice?
Valora kind of scratches her head.
What is kindness?
I guess you could buy me a drink later at the Birch.
You still want a drink? I figured that with the massive amount
There's
of
nothing
ale
else
that
I
you
really
have.
like that you could probably afford.
I mean, I have a decent bit if you're looking for something else.
I feel like you might like weapons.
Weapons?
Just a hunch.
Yes.
She likes fighting.
I'm not going to ask her for a weapon.
I'll think about it. And she kind of scratches her head a little bit and
Sylvie
follows
just
you guys down.
gestures to the giant battle axe on Valora's back.
I mean, yeah, that's perfect. How can I beat that?
Look,
I don't know.
just buy me a meal later.
Okay, yeah, sure.
She kind of looks back at the flowers and just kind of blinks and shakes her head. Like she's so confused. She does not understand.
Cannot comprehend.
No.
Buffering.
So you walk back to the church, and you see that the one pastor is still kind of there in front of the children. A lot of them are smiling and listening in, and he's going over the various gods of the pantheon, talking about Valia, the Starbringer, who's kind of the main goddess of this land, the one that everyone, when you make a prayer to, this is the person you're typically praying towards, especially at a harvest festival. Pretty much the ones you go to looking for good luck or good fortune. If you're going to have a child, Valia is the one that you pray to for good health and all of that. They go over Axros, who is kind of like a side-by-side god with her, but more is the one that clerics and paladins of battle will pray towards. He is more of the warrior type god that's about, power and assertiveness. Also talks about Iona, the mother of life, which there's no physical depiction of her. She's kind of seen as this feminine figure that's almost just made out of sunlight, and is kind of seen as the one that created everything around you guys. And then kind of offhandedly, almost backhandedly talking about they have Praxis, who is the brother of Valia. He's kind of the deity that's looked to for lies and deceit and trickery. Typically the ones where nefarious people often look up to that individual there.
Like more of like a dark god.
Yeah. Where there is light, there is darkness.
Yep.
There's a balance in all things somewhere. But he's finishing up, all the kids clapping, they're going to get their pizza. And so the pastor's kind of standing there and looking. He's got a pedestal up there and just kind of looking through a Bible up there as he finishes his spiel. As you guys are standing there, probably getting free pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, during the whole spiel, Valora
Definitely.
was just standing there with her arms crossed, just looking very just uninterested.
Meanwhile,
the entire
Sylvie's just listening intently while eating the pizza, searching for any kind of clues that could connect to what she got the fortune for. None of this sounds like my brother's type of deal.
How well did you really know your brother?
Pretty well, I'd like to
Did
think.
he tell you a lot about his journeys,
Yes.
his travels?
Not everything. Some stuff he kind of kept to himself. And she's just squinting, thinking now again. All I know is I have a lead that he might be on the other side. And that's why I've been saving up money so I can get over there and look for him where he might actually be. It's just, the fortune that I got doesn't really tell me where he is. It more just tells me what he's been doing. And she's got this like frown on her face, which you haven't really seen much aside from in, the fight with the creepy monsters.
You could always ask that man if he knows anything about your brother.
Maybe your name will ring a bell to him. Your last name, at least.
True. Okay. And like she doesn't look too thrilled to talk to like a church person, but just because it's a lot of information that she's never really delved into much. Because she's more of magic books, and she's with wild magic she didn't really have to read to get what she got. So she's gonna walk up to the guy.
Yep, he's flipping through his book, but sees your bright clothing shining off the sunlight and
the
goes,
glitteriness.
Yes, do you have any questions for the Church of the Starbringer?
Yeah, I'm looking for someone, and I'm wondering if you might know anything.
What's their name?
Silvorian Winvarus. He's my brother. Older brother.
He kind of thinks for a moment. Kind of looks towards the sky a little bit. It's like, I'm sorry, but that name does not ring a bell to me. But I'm sure that if you pray to Valia the Starbringer, that she will bring you the information you're looking for.
She kind of like...
Yeah, hold on. And he pulls out one of those pocket Bibles and hands it towards you.
She scrunches up her face a bit and just slowly takes it to be polite.
And he gives like the little prayer stance and bow forward towards you.
Can I do an insight check on him? Just to
Sure.
To see if he's, if he's really just, being like, yeah, consult the gods, or if he actually does know, but he's kind of...
Yeah, go on ahead.
Yeah. Please be decent. 14.
14? Seems like he has no recollection of the name that you brought up. And he's doing his typical thing. The gods will guide your hand. The classic spiel.
Thanks. And she puts the thing in her bag just in case. What do I label this?
Bible of the Starbringer. Pocket Bible.
Pocket Bible.
Yeah, just put Pocket Bible.
Pocket Bible, yeah.
Yep.
I had someone give those to me at work. I was like, come on.
Yeah, that's happened to me before too.
Yep.
at a register. Okay.
God.
I'll read it later. But she comes back to the other two. She's like, he doesn't know anything. He just said, pray for answers.
That seems about right.
That's classic.
Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting. I was just really hoping, she looks kind of genuinely sad now. Which you haven't seen yet, I don't think. I don't think you've seen her actually sad.
Don't think so.
Yeah.
Look, Silvie, we're both going across the water. And I have a lead there. If we keep looking, maybe we will find your brother along the way.
Boy, I sure hope so.
You guys are gonna go across the water? And as she says this, your conversation is interrupted by, in the distance, you hear a small explosion.
What?
In the distance. And you look towards it
This
where
poor
you
little
hear the
town.
explosion.
Oh my god.
And in the middle of the festival, you see like this plume of like rainbow colored smoke coming up.
Where at in the distance? Like back
it's not very
towards-
far. It's in the middle of the festival grounds.
Oh, it's in the middle of like where all the stalls are.
Yeah, it's in the middle
and
of the
shit?
stalls and everything.
Oh fuck.
Would I be able to tell from the smoke if this was some sort of like magical thing that just happened?
You
or
can almost
someone
assume that
exploded a barrel of, or like a piece of gunpowder.
It seems like there's some kind of magic tied to it of some sort.
She's immediately gonna run towards it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Valora's going too.
You guys run towards it as the crowd is kind of like a crowd has gathered a little bit. Shocked, kind of looking around at everything. You guys kind of push through and are looking around. There's various stalls that are nearby, and so you go into this area for you all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you see that there is this stall that kind of has a little bit of like pink smoke that's turning purple, that's turning back to pink, that's turning yellow a little bit, kind of rising from it. And in the center of the ground, sitting on the ground, with a little bit of smoke pluming from it. There's this like small kind of crushed in top hat.
What?
A crushed top hat?
Yeah.
And that's where the smoke is coming from?
Well, there's more smoke coming from the stall, but then you see this hat that's on the ground, and then walking out of the stand. Oh my God! I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry that I dropped that there.
You
oh
said
my
crushed
God! I'm
top
so
hat,
sorry.
and I fucking knew it.
And seeing in front of you, you see this small 2.5 foot tall
Oh my
green
God.
lizard man
Oh my God.
Kobold.
in a tuxedo, a small little kobold lizard man. Oh, thank you. Oh God,
Damn
I'm sorry, everybody. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
God damn it.
Everything's okay. Everything's fine.
I can't escape.
We can't escape. We can't escape this
Me
character.
especially.
See, this is funny, everybody, because this is one of my most beloved characters that I've ever done, and I had to bring him into this world somehow. We actually talked about him a smidge in the last, if you go to our Patreon, and the Trinity Talks is brought up a little bit, which was ironic, because this was going to be happening, and I found
You
it quite
already wrote
hysterical.
this in before that?
Oh, yeah, this has
my
been here for a long time. For a long time.
So he has a stall?
He has a stall.
Does he?
yes.
Does it have any kind of like writing on it?
You look up top. Let me see. Let me just double check. Sorry, I'm so enthralled that I put my notes away. Yep. So you look up top, and in a very rough shot handwriting, you see that there's a wooden sign on top of it that says Crud's Incredible Alchemy Shop. And it's Crud, Q-R-U-D.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh, crud.
God, as soon as you said crushed top hat, I was like,
a top hat.
yeah. Sylvie's probably, she's just looking at the smoke, like just, ooh, pretty colors, and then just sees this guy, and he's like, wait, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It happens time to time.
It happens?
Yeah.
Explosions? Just randomly?
Explosions, zero gravity issues, all kinds of weird things kind of happen around here.
That happens to me too sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Come on in.
She
He
immediately
grabs
goes-
you by like the knee almost, and then be like, come on.
Whoa.
Because that's what he can reach.
Laura quickly
man.
scans. Was anyone hurt?
Looking
Side
around,
or anything
no,
like that?
no one's
Okay.
hurt. Everyone's concerned. It was very localized inside the shop. It drew a crowd because, like, obviously there was a explosion and sound, but it doesn't look like anyone got hurt.
Okay.
Even him, it's like he is like pillowing with smoke a little bit, but he's fine.
Is he?
Well, that's to be determined. So,
Valora reaches back and grabs Eureka's hand because, first of all, she wants to keep her close because
Yeah.
she still doesn't really trust her all that much. But she knows she won't hurt Sylvie. But she immediately follows Sylvie in there because
So
she's still keeping watch.
is this a stall like for the festival, or is it an actual like building shop?
no, it's a stall
Okay.
for the
okay,
festival.
Okay.
It's one of those walk-in stalls, and there's lines. The walls are lined with like potions of all different sizes and tube shapes and colors. They're all over the place. And he's got like a little corner in the back where it's like his alchemy table with the mixing station. But that whole kind of thing is kind of toppled over right now.
God.
Seems like something went wrong over here. And it's like, come on, so this is my little shop, okay? I've got all kinds of goods and doodads and bits and bobs for you.
Ooh, I like bits and bobs.
I do too. You know, I used to be a bit of a magic boy myself, but those days are a little bit past me. And they say that alchemy is magic, and I quite agree.
Oh, so you're retired.
Oh yes. I've had my fun days in the past. That's long gone.
Were you an
Long gone.
adventurer?
Yes, I was.
You're the second magical ex-adventurer I've met in this town so far.
Oh.
The other guy, I think he's Elmer. I think he's a wizard.
Oh, the really old wizard guy?
Yeah.
Oh god, he's weird.
He kind of is, but I like him.
I'm sure you do.
What is that supposed to be?
Nothing. Come here. Look at my stuff.
Laura kind of like laughs under her breath a little bit.
What all does he have here?
So there are like all kinds of potions. You see on one shelf, it's got like standard potions. There's health potions and everything up there. Some of the like giant strength potions are there.
God.
The ones for invisibility and fly and haste, those are all kind of mixed in along the wall. He has a wall that's like unlabeled on it that has like all kinds of weird mishmash of things on there. And then he also has like this like chest that's filled with ice, and it has like these bottles that are inside it.
Ice?
And he goes over to it and he pulls one out and he's like, "Hey, you can have this for free. It's a blue bar drink."
She like takes it and is like,
"Don't drink it right now though."
What is it called?
Blue boar.
What does it do?
So, like, when you have it, like, it gives you, like, I've been working out for a little bit. It's like an energy drink of sorts that I made. And, like, it works really well for a second, and then you, like, crash really quickly afterwards.
Oh.
So, gameplay-wise, he's giving you one for free, this blue boar potion. And it's like
Red
blue
Bull.
with...
Red Bull.
yeah. It's like blue, but it has these, like, silver sparkles that are inside it.
Ooh.
The way that it'll work is you can drink it as a bonus action, and it gives you advantage on the next roll that you make on your turn.
Oh, wow.
In that turn.
So it makes you locked in.
But immediately afterwards, you crash, you have disadvantage on your next roll.
Oh. Interesting.
That's fun.
Oh god, Silvie with an energy drink. She's just looking at it like, whoo.
Valora's like kind of looking really suspicious, like, oh god.
You can have that for free. That's yours. Proprietary recipe. You're welcome.
It looks really pretty.
Thank you.
It matches my outfit, actually.
It really does.
She
Ooh,
like
it was made for you. That's my excuse.
Wow.
Yeah, perfect. Oh, man.
She's got the biggest grin on her face right now. Puts it in her bag. God, blue bar is crazy.
Blue boar.
Oh my god. Blue boar. I'll write it down. So, okay, she walks up to the side where the unlabeled stuff is, and she kind of like gestures. She was like, "What all is what's going on here? What's
Those?
yeah?"
Oh boy, I have to talk about that. And he kind of walks beside. He has a little stool in the stall that he kind of stands beside to get up a little bit, and he's kind of pointing it all. And he's like, "These are my home concoctions and experimental ones.
Interesting.
I don't have a price for them because, like, I don't quite know what they're gonna do.
You don't know what they do?
Now, I won't know what they do until you use one. Then I'll know, and then I can put it on the wall over there. But these, we can talk about it. You can have it for free. I can pay you afterwards. If you use it, you tell me what happened, if it was good, if it was bad. And I can either put it on the wall over there and have it in my recipe book, or I can throw it in the trash.
Or you burn the recipe.
Yes.
Oh dear.
So that no one ever makes it again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we can work out a deal with that if you want.
Do you know any kind of... are they life-threatening?
Oh, okay.
What do you mean,
Sylvie,
that was a really big for a really big question. Like,
I would hope not.
look, you would hope...
We can talk
what if it's...
we can talk about it.
What if...
I haven't had it happen yet.
There's a first time for everything. What if I drink it and I die? Who gets paid?
Looks at Valora.
Valora just looks like, why are you even considering this?
It's money!
How much are you willing to pay if she tries one of these?
I would pay based off of...
Because I'm trying to save up.
I'll pay based off how things go wrong. You know, if it's a simple one, you know...
If it goes really wrong, you'll pay more? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I can pay more. If it's something that goes a little awry, then we can look at, compensation. Maybe like 400, 500 gold.
Ooh!
Valora like coughs.
Sylvie's mouth just drops to the floor and she's just like, interesting.
Okay. Sylvie,
Yes?
you really need the money.
Uh-huh.
If you know which ones may be more life-threatening, I will take one for you and give you the money. Because she kind of looks at you like...
Squishy.
Look, you need healing right now. Like you...
I mean...
You're a little...
You're not wrong.
You're a little banged up. I don't know if a bad potion would be best for you.
You also don't have to have it right now. I'm going to be clear. You don't have to do it right here.
But we're leaving tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, so am I. I'm from Alcala. That's where my main shop is. Oh. But I like to go around and, like, whenever there's, like, festivals or events, opportunities to go ahead and spread my wings and show off my wares, and I try and, hunt those down like this one.
Would I be able to do maybe like an Arcana check on the potions to try and find ones that look...
Like they would get you more money.
Yes. Would any ones that might look more volatile?
Due to the gameplay mechanics of it, I would say no, because we will not know until it's rolled what it does.
Oh, God.
And looking at them, none of them look normal to you. You know, you can't really.
I've probably never
accumulate
seen
them to a
anything
normal
like
one. You have
these.
never seen any of these concoctions before.
Like, these
in
are
your
colors
life.
I've never seen in a liquid before.
In fact, there's one that you can't even name a color. You don't know what it is. You've never seen that visually on the spectrum of colors before.
Valora is looking around this place like she's completely out of her element. Like magic potions, it is a complete different
This
world.
is
for
Sylvie's element. How
There's
much
one
are-
against it. It's literally like, it just like pitch blackness when you're looking at it. When you look away, you have like that sunspot in your vision for a second.
Oh, holy shit, that's cool.
How much for health potion?
Health potion? That'd be like 50. They're pretty
I don't
simple.
even have that much. Never mind.
You could though.
Mr. Crud, was it?
Yes.
Valora makes a good point. Maybe not now. Because, like, you're not exactly... She looks up at Valora. So like, you're not exactly, in perfect condition either.
Valora squares her shoulders. Yes, I am.
She squints at Valora and is like, puffs her cheeks out and is like, would you want to do this right now?
Well, we leave tomorrow morning at sunrise. If we wanted the money from him now, we would have to...
Where are you guys going?
Well, actually, you said you were from Arcala.
Uh-huh.
Well, first we're heading to Doveport, but then I was hoping, she kind of looks at Sylvie, we could go to Arcala.
Okay.
You guys are going across?
We are.
Because I mean, the boat to
That's
go
why.
across.
That's why I'm trying to make money.
Me too.
Okay.
I am trying to earn some money as well.
Because I mean, it's a once this whole thing ends, you know, the dove only go the dove. I was thinking of the town for a second. The boat only goes across like once a week, so it'll be like 3 days until the boat goes back across. That'll be a little bit of time. We could make a deal. I could cover your tickets if you come across with me if you do an experiment.
You can do that.
I can say that you guys are employees of mine and just kind of get you on. You know, it's fine.
You sure it'll work?
You could
Oh,
get
yeah,
us on
it's
with
fine.
no problems.
Yeah, I can pay for it, and then, you know, they don't really do any, like, it's not like they do any checks or anything, you know, as long as you have the money and you're paid for it, then you're good to go.
So it's not like you'd be smuggling us across.
No, it's not like a secret, you know, you can walk on board. I'm paying for your tickets.
That's a lot of gold, though.
Potions are expensive. I've got
Yeah, that's
loads.
very true.
You know, I've had various, you know, experiments
Did you want
before.
us to do the experiment tonight?
Whenever you're comfortable. You know, we could work on it. We can work on deals. You know, I've had a couple people before in the past that, you know, they have, you know, work with me in tandem. They'll test one every once in a while. You know, come and grab one. They'll be gone for a week, come back, and they'll be like, hey, here's what happened. I'll be like, oh, awesome, sweet. Here's a little bit of
And
money.
you just blindly trust them and they'll come back?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I only pay them afterwards, so I'm not losing any money. I'd only be losing the
right.
potion, so I have to make it again. But, you know, that just takes a little bit of time.
That's actually really smart business.
Why, thank you. I am a smart individual, after all.
Huh.
Valora's just thinking it's a little chaotic.
I respect it. I respect the hustle. Deal. And she holds out her hand.
Perfect. He kind of reaches way up. and
She reaches
shakes your
down.
hand.
Yeah.
His little claws going.
You're so.
Valora like looks at Sylvie and then this as she bends down and holds her hand out.
Even higher up, he has to go.
Your hand probably encloses around his.
Around his tiny little hand. And I'll partake too.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Sylvia looks over at Eureka and she's like, what do you think about this?
Whatever you guys want to do, because I mean, I'll probably be joining you on the boat, because I'm just gonna go back home after this.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Speaking of which, where are you from?
That's true.
Eureka?
I'm from Arcala. That's where I typically reside.
Okay.
Have you heard of anyone named Silvie and Valora?
Me?
No, not you. Eureka.
I thought you asked her in the bar
Not
before.
name, not the name though. I don't think.
And she's like, I don't think so. Not at the moment.
Mr. Crud, how about you?
Wait, say that name again?
Silvorin Winvaris. He's my older brother. He has black and white hair like me.
Okay, he has hair like you?
Yeah.
I think I do know him.
What?
Yeah, he's coming to my shop. He's one of the people that typically helps me with things.
What?
Yeah, he'll come and grab things. He also likes to get ingredients sometimes, which I find a little strange, but I'm willing to make deals where I can for a little bit of money, so.
That makes so much sense. He's got blue eyes too, just like me.
Yeah.
Oh
But a guy.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
That's what a brother is.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, but... And she looks at Valora and then looks at Eureka and is like, I didn't... This is more information than the fortune lady told me.
Yeah, it is.
Do you know where he could be right now? Because, like, I heard a rumor that he's across the water, so...
I mean, that would make sense, because
Oh my god.
my main shop is over there. But sometimes he'll be gone
Do you think if we stick with you, he might show up again?
I don't know. He's coming in various... Sometimes he'll come in, like, he'll have a gap of a few days. Sometimes it's been months.
Has he told you anything about anything, ever?
Not anything personal. He just tells me how any of my weird experiments have gone, and then comes and is
Nothing
like,
about any oaths made under dire circumstances?
Hey, I don't ask nobody's business, all right? That's what you do in your life is all up to you, baby.
Okay. Well, wow, this is huge. I'm so glad that your thing exploded, so we found you.
Of course.
I've been looking for him for a long time.
Maybe it was destiny.
And she's like getting all emotional now. She's got some like tears in her eyes.
Valora just like puts a hand on her head and just kind of shakes her head a little bit.
She fixes her hair afterwards. Suddenly I feel really tired.
I bet.
I feel
It's
like
been
you
a
would
long
always
day.
feel tired. No offense.
What?
You're just a little bundle of energy.
Yeah, I wonder what this'll do. And she looks at the blue bork.
That's for you to decide on your own.
Sure is. We should... What time is it now? Is it the sun setting at this point?
That's getting to be close to evening time.
Anything else you wanted to do?
Well, actually, do we get to pick out which potion we're testing, or do you give it to us?
You can pick out one if you want. Yeah.
Valora's gonna grab the black one.
Oh my
All right.
god.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, do we want to settle this now or later? We can settle this now if we want.
That's true.
But you won't even know what it is until I tell you what it is.
Well, until I drink it, right?
Yeah. But we can decide right now what it's worth, or when you drink it what it is.
How about when I drink it?
Okay, that works.
Yeah,
That works, that works, that
I
works.
want to be surprised.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds like a deal.
Valora like kind of swirls it around.
Don't look too long.
Oh,
Don't look too
She's
long.
looking to the side.
Every time I blink, I see a vial-shaped black spot.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
So,
How long have you had this one?
That one?
has it been aging?
I'm sure it's fine.
Fermenting?
Potions don't have a shelf life, right? I'm sure it's fine. It has been here for a while. Most people don't touch that one, but
I wonder why.
I wonder too. It could be fine. No one knows till you have it. Appearances can be deceiving, okay?
Very true.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, so there's this.
Pick your poison.
What's whatever the prettiest looking one is, she would pick it.
Prettiest one? I would say there's one that maybe looks, in essence, kind of like an orange and vanilla kind of swirl kind of inside it.
Like a creamsicle.
Exactly. It's kind of like a creamsicle on the inside.
Cute.
Huh. She points. That one.
Okay. You can, I'm a little too short for that one. You can get it.
Okay, I didn't know if you had to like. There was anything special you had to do.
I'd have to break OSHA violations, stack a stool on top of a stool to get up to that one. Don't tell me when I did that when I set up the place.
Is that how did your alchemy mixing stand? Like, did you just mix the wrong thing?
Oh, all the time. All the time.
Is that how
know,
you
you-
immediately learn the effects of some of the potions you're
That's how I
trying
know
to
it
make?
doesn't work out, yeah.
I mean, if you ever needed to make a multicolored cloud of smoke, that's the recipe you use.
Can't store it though. It was immediate. Yep. The moment those two chemicals touched it, just.
Well, as long as you carry them at the same time, then in a pinch you just like break both together, right? And then...
You'd be surprised how many people don't want to do that. They're lazy. They want things single, compact. Because then, I've done this before. They're like, what if I lose one of the vials? Then I just have this empty bit of brown goop.
Well, then you tie the vials together. You know?
You're asking way too much of some adventurers. Okay.
Yeah.
Very true. Some of them are very lazy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Lazy, dumb, stupid. Sometimes they'll just lick the goop of a snail that's running across the ground. And they'll
Someone's done that?
Oh yeah, let me tell you what, I've seen it before. It's not. It's
Was it one
ugly.
of your party members? Oh.
Yep.
What happened to them?
Oh, they went on a wild drug trip for it was 5 minutes or so. They kept growing this afro that kept then dispersing off of their head.
Oh, that
Obviously not me. I'm bald. See, and he shows his head that has no hair on or anything.
that sounds.
Wasn't me.
That sounds
Wasn't me.
really bad.
A tear comes down his eye.
God. Are you okay? Was it that traumatizing to witness?
You could say that.
Flora just shakes her head at him.
Sorry? She tilts her head as she says sorry because she's not sure if something that requires sympathy or not.
You can make an insight if you want to or not. Let me tell you what, the DC real fucking low.
Natural 20.
Oh my gosh.
You can tell he's seeing the flashbacks from his POV because he was the one that did it.
Yeah. Did you come up with a potion to fix it?
Maybe.
Well, I'm glad it worked out.
Thank you.
All right, let's.
She kneels down and pats him on the shoulder.
It's okay. I'll be fine.
Okay. Be careful, please.
Of course. You too? Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, it's wild magic, by the way. That's what happens with me.
Oh,
yeah.
neat.
You've probably heard of that.
I knew someone like that before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they turned evil.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, I'll try not to do that.
Yeah, please don't.
And she just kind of slowly turns around. And she's just...
All right, let's
rubs
go.
the back of her neck and she's like,
Bye, guys.
Let's go.
Bye.
Sylvie.
Is that a pre? Is that
No.
Is
No.
wild magic a
No.
prerequisite
No,
for turning evil?
No.
Because no, it's fine.
My mentor never told me anything about that.
I'm sure it's crazy adventure things.
You won't turn evil, Sylvie. You're the person that I would last expect to turn evil.
Exactly.
Aw, thanks.
Of course.
That visibly cheers her up.
Of course.
Okay, well, should we check in with Pembroke or just go to sleep? Oh, we should probably eat dinner. I mean, we had pizza, but my parents always told me to make sure I have vegetables. And I still try to, follow their advice because it's what they would want. We did grow up on a farm, so I kind of grew up liking vegetables.
Let's go get food, sure. And Eureka kind of keeps pushing you forward towards the tavern.
She's just rambling about just miscellaneous farm life things now.
Yep. The festival's starting to die
I miss
down
my
a little
cow.
bit.
Just
Valora just has an amused little teeny half smile on her face as Sylvie's talking about her cows and stuff.
Yeah, occasionally Eureka takes a glance over at you with a smile on her face of just the goofiness of the situation.
The two of them just lock eyes and just kind of shake their heads.
And you make your way into the tavern where Pimrick is trying his best to balance things around. And things are kind of not too bad in there because a lot of people were partying throughout the festival and everything, having a good time. So a lot of people went there and got wild, crazy foods and stuff. But you guys go back into the tavern. It's pretty chill in there. And he's like, I can finally get you a plate of food, whatever you want.
Do you know the best thing on the menu?
Sylvie, do you know the best thing on the menu? You're the one that works here.
Not necessarily the most expensive, but
just the tastiest.
Tastiest, yeah.
What is the tastiest thing on the menu?
Could be you don't sell it very often, but you have a very nice prime rib steak that you guys do potentially. It's on the higher end of the price. Not many people get it, but it's probably one of the nicer and best tasting things that you have
Pembroke
there.
does have prime rib on the menu, but most people don't get it because it's too expensive for them. But I've heard it is the best thing.
Valora looks like conflicted. Like, I don't want you to.
It's not that much for food. It's like 5 gold, which that's fine for me. Here, hold on.
That's fine.
Valora's like,
yeah, because Sylvie knows how much it costs, and she's just like, whoa.
Do you want to go like put the order in first with Pembroke and maybe see if he needs help or anything?
Okay, I mean, he's probably going to remind me that it's my day off, but that's fine.
It's fine.
She's she'll go time to go find Pembroke.
Valora just shrugs.
Yeah, you go.
She
Pembroke's
watches
behind
her
the
go.
bar getting things
Yeah,
set
I'm
up.
kind of surprised he gave me the entire day off because we don't have anyone else on staff today. Like,
Yeah, you see the Pembroke's at the bar, and he's got the sun is kind of up on the far end, and he's just kind of reading through a book that he has over there.
Pembroke!
Oh, hey, Silvie.
Guess what?
What?
Someone is getting the prime rib.
Oh my god, I haven't made that in like ages.
I know!
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I know!
Okay, I'll be on that right now.
Yeah!
All right.
Eureka's getting it for Valora.
Okay, all right, cool. That's so sweet.
I know, because like she got me flowers, but she couldn't think of what Valora likes, because Valora really likes alcohol, but Valora already has a whole barrel of ale that she won at the festival, so
Yeah,
she
it's
wasn't
just-
sure
it's
what
just
to
waiting
get
in
her.
her room now.
So she's like, what if I get you food? And then they asked me what kind of food is the best one, and I said the best one's the prime rib because it's the tastiest, but it's also the most expensive. But Eureka's rich, apparently, so it doesn't matter to her, so that's what she's ordering for Valora.
Okay, I'm on it.
Cool!
And as the two of them are having their long-winded conversation,
One-sided.
yeah,
That's most conversations with Sylvie, is one-sided.
Holy shit.
Eureka just looks over you and she's like, that girl's really something, isn't she?
You can probably hear her recount the entire last 5 minutes to Pembroke.
Valora just kind of looks over and just sees Silvie just yapping away to Pembroke, and
She's a yapper.
she just looks at Eureka and just nods. Yes, she is.
Yeah. Oh,
She has a pretty good memory.
She's something else, but I'm growing a little fond of her. Not many people that are that definitely easy to read and trust and get along with around these places.
You know, that's really true.
She's an open book.
That is very true. Sylvie, I don't think she could ever lie.
No,
I don't think she
I
could.
really
I don't think she has it in her.
No. Oh, man.
I am growing a bit fond of her as well.
Yeah.
Love triangle. No.
I'll be going for a bit, but I can stay near you guys if you want. If you ever need a place to, if you go to Arcane, if you ever need a place to stay, I can help you guys out with that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course.
You're very kind.
Thank you. I try to be.
That's when Sylvia probably comes back. He didn't say he needed any help. I think he's like really into the work because it's been a long time since he made it, and there's like a lot of steps that go into it. And I don't think he wants me in the kitchen for something this important, which is fair because I've messed it up.
As she's
Alright,
talking,
okay,
Valora
okay.
like pulls out a chair for her and like guides
There's a
her
lot of
into
specific
it.
like seasonings and stuff that go into it, but wait, I shouldn't talk about that because it's like a secret recipe thing.
She's like pushing down on her shoulder to sit in the chair.
It starts to turn into Charlie Brown teacher and adult talk in the background. Eventually, the food comes out, and you three are all sitting together, just discussing the day amongst each other. And the time starts to wind down, and you head off to your bedrooms to relax for the day. Is there anything that either of you do before you, or when you're in your bedrooms before you head off to sleep?
Was it Sylvie who took the magic book with her?
No, Valora has
Valora
it.
has it.
Oh, because I was going to try and...
Yeah, no,
Oh,
Valora
well.
put it in her bag.
Never mind that.
I mean, you could discuss if either of you would want, if you want you to trade that, I'm sure over dinner.
Because we're like in our rooms now, right?
Yeah, but beforehand, you can, if you want to talk to each other beforehand.
She was going to wait till Eureka's not around.
Yeah, Eureka at some point probably stepped away and said goodnight and left you two there to discuss anything if you want to quick.
Valora,
Yes.
can I have the book? She says it like all dramatically, but is also trying to be secret about it, which is kind of counterproductive. But I want to see if I can open it. Like, 'cause
How?
There could be keywords. Just keywords. I totally forgot when I was trying to,
Are you just gonna say a string of random words and
Yes.
hope it works? Can I try smashing it first?
No!
Why?
Never smash a book!
No, the lock that's on it.
Oh, well, I guess so. Maybe wait till you get back to your room to do that?
Well, yes.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it out in the
Yeah,
open.
you can try. From what I got with the either that or maybe you want me to roll a new roll. Do I know that if locks that are locked magically have any kind of effects when they're trying to be broken open with physical force?
I'm trying to look that up right now.
Okay.
Under time speaking of, how that will work. You can try and make a difficult Arcana check based off of the one that you made earlier in the day on it.
Ooh! Natural 19.
Ooh, nice.
For 22.
22? So...
She's locked in.
You would know that based off of... You weren't able to figure out exactly what spell that it was. Mm-hmm. But when you want to assume, based on its position, that it could be Arcane Lock. And that when that is on there, that does essentially magically increase the durability of the lock that is on that thing.
Okay, so you could try, but boy, oh boy, is it gonna be hard.
All right, I'll still try.
Oh, okay.
And if it doesn't work, you can spend all night saying a string of magical words and hope that it opens.
Okay.
I'll give it to you when I'm done.
Okay, I will be in my room.
Okay.
Pre-thinking of words.
You should write some down.
That's what I was gonna do.
And cross them off as you...
How did you know? It's exactly what I was gonna do! Are you psychic?
No.
Oh, are you a druid?
No.
Then how could you turn into a mouse?
She holds up her little owl amulet.
That lets you turn into a mouse?
Other things besides mice, but...
Other things?
But
like what?
Yes. Well, anything.
What? So it's like
nothing crazy, but...
Oh. But that's still cool.
Yeah.
Where'd you get it?
A friend back home.
Ooh. Okay, and then she's gonna head back to where her room is.
It shouldn't take long. I'll be at your room soon.
Okie dokie, you know where it is.
Yep.
Don't forget, you also have his personal journal with the manic writing in it. If you guys want to try and decipher that.
Oh, I think
just
Silvie
a
has
reminder's
that.
case.
I think I do.
Because I have the locked book, and I think Silvie has the journal.
Because you're the one that pulled it out of the
Because
pocket.
you were the one that was like reading it.
Yeah, you were reading it
or
aloud.
trying to read it.
As she's walking away, she remembers that, and she's like, while you try to break that, I'm gonna try and figure out what the heckadoo this says.
Oh, sounds good. It just seems like scribble to me.
I still... She opens it and is like, I still see a rabbit doodle, but...
I still see an M.
You know what? It might be both. She's just like... She's gonna head back to her room, also like trying to turn the book around to see if there's anything.
Yep. All right. Going to the rooms. We'll go ahead and let... I assume that Valora is like, go to the room and just start immediately and take a swing at it.
Yeah, she's gonna put it on the ground and just like lift up her axe and like try to like... She's gonna like close one eye and try to like position it so it'll get right on the lock that's hanging off the book.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll against it.
Chops the book in half. That would be very unfortunate.
17.
17? That will not do it.
Damn.
God damn it.
You go and
20.
take a swing at it, and as your axe lands against the lock, you see like an arcane spark kick that almost like a kickback. It almost like sends the axe flying back at you, and you have to kind of stop it from coming back towards your body for a second.
Valora like reels back and she's like... There's nothing my axe couldn't break before.
An adversary worthy of me, finally, and it's a lock.
Nah, she's not gonna do it. She's gonna pick up the book and just kind of tug at the lock angrily and then go over to Sylvie's room and knock on the door.
She immediately runs up and opens the door.
Oh.
I like to think she was like just kind of pacing by the door for whenever she opens it, just trying to think of words and trying to like, because like, is there any, because like while Valora was doing that, she'd probably be looking through the notebook. Is there any words that feel like they stand out and the ones that are able to be read? Or like there's something that he talks about more than other times?
Of the things that you can really read, there's nothing that stands out to you on that front. Like I said, you have to spend some of your long rest looking into that journal, trying to decipher it, and that's going to take a bit of time.
Yeah. But she'll stop and she opens the door and she's like, well, any luck or?
No, it didn't work.
Yeah, that spell's kind of a pain in the butt.
I figured if I got too into it, I might harm the book, so...
I'm glad you didn't do that.
She holds it out to her. If
She
you want to
takes
try,
it,
we
like-
can switch. I can look at the journal a little bit.
If you want, here you go. And she just hands it over. You know, it makes sense that for me to try and figure out the magic thing and you try and figure out the thing that just is not magic.
It's not magic yet.
Yeah. Well, she's just like, hindsight's 2020. I don't usually have very good hindsight. Do you think they make glasses for hindsight?
I don't think that's a
Do you think
thing.
there's like magical glasses that let you have better intuition?
I have no clue. You're the magic one.
That'd be ooh. I wonder if Mr. Crud could make that. But he seems like he's alchemy, he's more potion stuff, which isn't really magical items, because magical items come with materials that aren't potions, because potions are liquid, items aren't typically. And then she notices that she's rambling and then she stops, she's like,
Valora's just standing there waiting for her to finish.
So sunrise, Lucky said, right?
Yes.
Okay, so good night, I guess.
Yeah, good night.
Because she doesn't want to shut the door on Valora, so she's waiting for Valora to leave.
Do you have anything else?
And what'd you say? Did you guys trade books?
Yeah.
So if you have the journal now, you'd only be able to do either the journal or attuning to your item tonight. You can only do one or the other. You only do one like extra activity during your long rest. So you have to pick which one you'd want to do.
Can I just like investigate the book a little bit?
Like I said, to investigate it, you're trying to decipher it, and that will take up
Because
free
it's
time
scribbles,
to do.
Yeah.
which is harder to read than just bad handwriting.
Wait, what did you roll on the journal?
For the journal?
You haven't done it.
I haven't done it yet.
Because
Oh, you haven't even done it.
Mm-mm.
Oh, then
Because I was trying to look for keywords that might be in the journal from the parts that you could actually read.
Yeah.
Like things that might have been
Yeah,
mentioned
Sylvie
more,
didn't go
but-
in depth on it or anything.
No,
I thought she did
No,
already.
she
No,
didn't try
she
to
was
read
just
the
looking
scribbles.
at the beginning part to see if
yeah.
there's anything from the words available that she could make
Like
out.
an escape room type of deal.
I see. Wait, you know what? Here. She gives it back.
Want to trade back, or do you want me to just hold on to them?
Just hold on to them. I have that other magic thing that I need to focus on.
Oh, the thing that you won!
Yeah.
And I didn't. And then
I'm sorry.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the system. The She grumbles and just kind of. Good night, Valora.
All right, good
and then
night,
closes the door. Okay. At first, she's probably just gonna try some keywords briefly, like just offhand. Like, what was his son's name again? Lane. Was it Lane?
Lane. Yeah.
She just sits down on her bed, looks at the book. She has it in her lap, and is just like, Lane. Does that do anything?
No.
Slug.
No.
Charity.
Nope.
Money.
Nope.
Gold.
No.
And she puts he puts the bag away. I'll figure that out another time. She's gonna try and decode the scribbles.
All right. Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
The rare normal stat check.
Intelligence. I think that's just +2. It's +1. Fuck. 7.
7.
I rolled a 6.
Okay. So you're looking through it, spending a
She's trying to find even just making out one word out of any
you're
of that.
spending a couple hours of your night in there looking through it. A lot of the things, there are so many scribbles around that it's really difficult to make out information. With the 7, there's only one word that you can make out, and we'll come back to that in a second.
Ooh.
Just to see what else Valora is doing for the night.
She's just attuning to the
Was it
The lucky necklace.
Yeah, the lucky necklace.
Yeah.
Yep. So you spend a couple hours of the night just
That has like the
attuning
shamrock
to
on
that.
it, I think.
So now you've got that
Yeah.
working for you. And then anything else for you in the night that you do before you go to bed?
Have some of your barrel of ale, maybe.
You do have that giant
Yeah,
barrel.
that's true.
They
It
moved
is
it inside
there.
your room. It's there.
Just
They
like
delivered
just
it.
tap into it and
Yeah, she'll have some of her ale and then prop up her axe right up against her bed so it's easy access.
Yep.
Go to bed.
like before.
And you go to
Yeah.
With the
It always has to be ready.
Especially after that night. She's like,
Uh-huh.
I'm
Yep.
never leaving this away from my
You go
bed
to
again.
sleep. We switch back to Silvie going through, racking your brain really hard on all of it, but so many of the words are just so jumbled up. None of it makes any sense. It's all just chicken scratch. Almost seems like it's different languages at points. And as you're going through studying, you start to make out inside the scribbles potential letters, and you start to connect them together, and you see the word praxis.
Oh.
And we'll end the session there.
Oh my god. Of all things.
Hey everyone, it is Evan from the future again, and thank you for listening to episode 5 of Tides of Esthios from us here at Arcane Trinity, featuring Allie with 1 L's, also known as Alivora Silvie, Allie with 2 L's, also known as Alley Cat, as Valora, and myself, Evan, also known as Master Man, as the DM, and everybody else in this world. Thank you for listening on your choice of Spotify and YouTube, available on both, whichever service you prefer, under Arcane Trinity Podcast. And you can always follow us on Twitter at Arcane Trinity _ for updates, and then on other socials like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook at Arcane Trinity Podcast. And you can also join the Arcane Trinity Podcast Discord. You can talk to your fellow fans about all the weird happenings going on here. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff you can say after today. And you can also help build this podcast up and help support us on Patreon, such as Whispersmith and Nabby and Buttleck, where you get some extra bonus content. Like at the end of every single episode, you also get a Trinity talk, where we just kind of talk a little bit about everything that happened in the episode, give a few little extra things. We've been doing some hot takes in those episodes. That'll be really interesting to hear some people's opinions on. And you can also use that to get Discord benefits to hear and tell us some of your hot takes potentially, or maybe ask us some questions we can answer in those things. And also you now have the first Evan's Bag of Holding, which features some of my own personal things in there for you to incorporate into your games. There's a couple magic items. And also, I went ahead and shared some of these festival games, including 2 of which that you didn't get to see because the players decided it wasn't worth their time. So it can be worth your time now. But with all of that, you can find all those links in the description below to go to any of those that you so desire. And thank you all again, and we will see you next Friday for episode 6. Have a good day.